Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to New Eden. My name's Deej. Nice to meet you. New Eden, great title for a new vintage story player in a new vintage story world on a new YouTube channel. So, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button if you do want to follow along. If you get frustrated by my inefficiency or have any good vintage story tips, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. But we are coming in semi-blind. I've done a couple of world generations so far. And not got past the copper age in any. I've really only just got my pickaxe, never really been mining or anything. So we are starting afresh here, hoping to get a decent world, some decent survival, and some decent building going on. So let's make this world exactly what it should be. I'll share all the mods and the seed down below, so if you want to play along, you can do. But let's get started, shall we, and get our feet underneath us and hopefully set off for a good start. So to begin with, food and flint are our priorities, but we've obviously spawned here in a forest. We've got some interesting looking stuff here. So we want to get to that lake pretty much directly south from us. The way we're facing, actually, a bit southwest. So let's head through the forest as much as we can. We've got some andesite stones. Get ourselves out of the forest. Oh, we found a ruin already. I'm not going to collect any of this stuff because it's a bit too early. We have no monsters spawning for the first 10 days. Give us a bit of a breather to start off. Yeah, we don't want to be dealing with the drifty boys while we're a full-on noob here. So we thought we'd give ourselves a little bit of grace there. And here we see one of the first things that we're actually really going to need to get. And we have a massive ruin there. We're probably not going to be able to explore that right now. But these reeds here, very important early on. That's how we expand our inventory. Because at the moment, as you can see, my inventory is just my hotbar. But in order to harvest them, first we need tools. So let's look around for the materials we need to make ourselves some tools. Andesite, no thanks. I want flint. Where's my flint? Lots of andesite. Bush with no stuff on it. Flint. There's one piece of flint. We need some more. Yes, there's some early game food. Fantastic. We don't need to eat just yet. But let's get those blueberries ready to go. And let's try and find ourselves some more flint. Oh, we found some turnips as well. More early game food. Some of them mature already, along with some seeds. Can't complain. Now let's find some more flint, please. Oh, there aren't monsters here. I can explore this ruin. There's an altar. Nice. I'm not going to harvest that just yet. I think it's unnecessary right now. I don't see any loot. Lots of lava, but no loot. Lots of obsidian. I'm going to try not to stand in the lava. Meteoric iron. I think I'm hearing steps. There might be someone sit, and there might be some loot up top, it looks like. Oh no, it's a chicken or something. Cool, so we've got some glass, which I might actually take. But let's mark this iron here. Meteoric iron. I want to make that nice and grey, so it's hard to see there, to be honest. But yeah, let's steal some of these windows if we can. Yes, we can. Fantastic. These will be good when we start actually making our own house. We've got some early game windows that we're not going to need to find lead for. This is huge. Maybe should be focusing on getting my tools and stuff first, but I'm not sure if this lava is useful for anything. I've not got to anywhere near far enough in the game to learn that stuff yet. But first things first, let's get what we can. I'm sure that lava will be useful for something. And we have a cracked vessel with some ore in it, which is lead ore. A ruined bed. I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. Ruined table, metal spikes. I don't need anything from those metal spikes. Aged ladders, they will also shatter, but I can climb them. So I might as well have a look up here, see what we've got. We've got forage stuff, which has given us stuff that we don't need. So I'll just drop those straight away. I'll keep the horsetail poultice, though. Is that more loose rusty gears? That's the currency. I'm going to have to throw some stuff away here. And we can climb the broken ladder as much as we need to. And we've got collapsed chests here that have some more turnip seeds, a book. So I think this might be semi-game breaking this, how much stuff I've found so early on. I can't jump up to that one, can I? Nope. Okay, so back down we go then. Don't die. Don't die. Oh dear. I don't know how to climb down ladders. Right, so let's eat some of this stuff that we've got, just so we've got room to make ourselves a knife and we can start expanding our inventory. So this might be an incredibly lucky find, this straight away. But let's see what we can do here now quickly. Let's make ourselves a tool. Bit more in depth than other block-based survival games you may be familiar with. You actually have to smack a couple of rocks together to make your tool components. And then combine that with a stick to get our very first tool. I don't know why my mind blanked out there. Right, we are going to eat these up as well, just to give ourselves the inventory space we need to start expanding our inventory space. So you'll find a lot of reed style things around water sources here. Tool here, useful, but not what we're after right now. What we're after right now are these cattails. If I tried to harvest these without a knife, they would just disappear into the ether, and I would get absolutely nothing from them. But harvesting them with a knife gives me the material and leaves the roots intact. I could harvest the roots as well. Harvesting the roots as well gives a source of early game vegetables if you cook them. But I do think the turnips that we've got are enough, and I did see some fish in this water here as well, which you can eat raw for a good amount of saturation. But I will join you back, ladies and gents, once I've harvested my fill of these cattails. So many fish. We're still harvesting, ladies and gents. So that ruin, that may be a little bit game breaking early on. I mean, I didn't get anything crazy out of it, but a lucky find nonetheless. It's part of one of the mods that we're using, as you can see them in the list in the description. It is from the Better Ruins mod. So the ruins in this game are generally pretty good anyway, but I've not found when I was doing the vanilla worlds before installing that mod. I say we're still harvesting, but we actually have a full stack, so we'll expand our inventory. I haven't found any ruins as detailed as this, almost like dungeon-like. But I might just not have played enough. Alright, before we finish harvesting off what's in this pond, let's show you how we expand our inventory here. So we have all these cattails now. We can make 4 of these lovely little baskets. As you can see, each one that I add down here adds me another 3 inventory space, which now we can pop all those back on our little hotbar there. We've now got a bit of inventory. We can start moving some stuff in there that is not entirely necessary to have on our hotbar. We'll leave the turnips down there because they are going to be useful at some point. The currency can come up as well. The horsetail poultice can stay down there. Cattails can go in. Turnips can stay there as well. Fantastic. So let's finish harvesting these up. We'll need these in the future. And then let's start looking for somewhere to settle for our first night. Okay, so that pond is now looking incredibly naked after all those cattails have gone. There's still a couple to get. We'll grab these last few. We are going to grab what is left in that chest, because even though we might not need it now, we may come across a trader that buys some of that stuff, and we can build up a bit of early game currency. So many fish in this lake. I'm going to actually mark this little pond as a fish source. Is there a fishy here? There is not. So I'll just put as an X. That X can be purple, and I'll just put this as fishy, fishy. Lots of fish there. So let's go and get the rest of the stuff out of that. We're not going to bother harvesting any more windows. I don't think we're going to need them. But let's get the rest of the stuff out of the chest at the top of that tower. Hopefully not hurt ourselves too much on the way down again. There it is. And like I say, this might be useful, this brick red book. I'll put that on my hotbar for now. And the tuning cylinder may also be useful. So let's read this. Oh, it's not a read one, it's a write one. Yeah, it's just a writing book. Okay, it still might be useful. Still might be sellable. Are we going to climb down properly here? Nope, we're not. How do you climb down a ladder? If anyone has any tips... Oh, I might have to sneak. That might be the way to do it. Right, let's have a quick look at the map and see what we've got around us. We are surrounded by forest. But down this way looks a little bit more sparse. So we will head to the southeast this way and see what we can find. See if we can find a decent place to settle. I don't want to be too close to forest because from the content that I've watched and a little bit of playing I've done so far, wolves are dreadful. Right, we need some more flint. We need some more... Oh, there's a dead hare. I could harvest that, see if there's anything. We need some more flint. We need some more sticks. We need to make some more tools. We'll do exactly that as we work our way through to try and find somewhere to settle. Oh, hello, piggies. Oh, a man and a woman together. That could be useful. I'm not going to mark it. We'll just... Oh, there's another pig as well. Lots here. And another little pond. Lots more cattails. Good to know that they're here if we need them. Lots of andesite. Let's see if I can find some cornflower. Flowers to make things... Oh, flax. Mature as well. Fantastic. Let's get some harvesting done on this. Probably one of the more important early game... I say early game. Important materials. Full stop. Right, so let's mark this as well because these bits are still growing. I don't want to harvest them just yet. So you are flax. Right, let's see if we can get somewhere a little bit safer. Lots of andesite, not much flint. Is that another ruin? How are we getting so many ruins so early on? I think I've been spoilt for ruins so far. Let's have a little look around and see what we can find here. So it's built out of andesite, as you'd expect, with this area being heavily andesite. And there we go, we've got another pot there. Forage. Gonna give us a bunch of sticks. Can't complain about sticks. Now, I don't know if just breaking these is the best ore as well. What kind of ore is that? Gold ore. That bony soil could be useful as well. So bony soil you can pan through. So let's make ourselves a shovel so we can get that. I mean, I guess we don't need to make a shovel. We can just... Oh! Let's not make us a shovel. Let's run. I don't know what was in that. Now I do. I've got it. Let's just try and get away from here. We don't want this piggy to kill us. Lots of bony soil. We'll come back for this. We are not well equipped for defense here at the moment. He's still coming, right? He's falling in that little gap there. Fantastic. So a copper. We need that. Oh crap! He's still coming. Run! Leave me alone, Mr. Piggy. Turnips. I'll leave your turnips alone. Piggy's still coming. And I thought the wolves would be the problem, but the pigs are the problem. If they have children around them, they are going to be aggressive. Oh, there's a wolf pup. This is terrifying. I ran past some bees there. I'll have to mark that at a later date, but we need to get out of the forest. Sooner rather than later. I think that way's out of the forest from what I can see on the mini-map. I can hear too much that wants to kill me. I might be being paranoid, but I would rather be safe. Still forest. How is there so much forest? Right, let's take a breather, look around. We seem okay right now, that's just a fox. Yeah, if we keep heading to the east, we'll get out. Oh, stressful start to this world. We've got lots of useful stuff there, though. I think we're actually going to be able to upgrade our inventory instantly. What are they? Are they skunks? Oh no, sheeps. Cool. But we are out of the forest. We should be safe here, and it's starting to get dark. And there's a rift there. Oh, another massive ruin. That one is definitely going to have big nasties in it. So let's get our food back up. We'll mark that ruin on the map. Oh, it's massive, isn't it? I don't even think we need to mark it. Right, let's not dive into there straight away, because we will almost certainly die. Let's instead work our way down to the coast. Blowing a gale at the moment. It's wind as hurricane. And I'm not getting blown away. Amazing. Right, this is not optimal here. But while we're here, let's have a quick little look and see what we've got in our inventory here. So we have quite a lot of flax twine. I think with this we can... Yeah, so we are going to almost certainly be able to upgrade our inventory straight away. But how do I want to do this? So I'm going to want to throw some things on the floor for a moment. And we can make these into more flax twines. That opens us up a couple of spaces. We basically want to have these last three empty. And we can do that quite easily, I think, by... So there we go. Yeah, we've got one bag there. Replace that. And we've got a handbasket that we can save some stuff from there. And can we make another one? I think we can make one more. Is that right? That is right. So let's just empty these first three. And we'll replace the first one. And give ourselves another handbasket that we can save. So you want to save the reeds from these? Simple as using a knife along with them to claim back half of the materials you used to build them. We've already managed to upgrade our inventory quite significantly there. Right, let's sort this out a little bit. So this has been a very lucky start, ladies and gents. I don't know how we've managed to be so fortunate there, and we've got flax to plant. Right, it is starting to get dark. So next order of business for us, I think, is to make a torch, just so we've got a light source to begin with. We are going to need grass as well to make our bed. Well, at least we can take a breather here, even if it isn't an ideal position for us to start setting up a home base. Too much woodland around. We need somewhere a little bit more open. Right, so starters, let's make our torch. Oh, do I need more than one grass? I need 2 grass. Fantastic, there's our torch. In order to light that, we are going to need a fire lighter. And then I shouldn't need another fire lighter at any point. So let's put this down and then use our fire lighter to light it. Not as simple as just creating fire, is it? And then we don't need this anymore, so you can just stay there for now. And we will walk around with our torch in hand, looking for a place to settle. So I guess if we go up past that ruin, we might find something cool up there. What a stressful start, eh? Let's see what we can do. We are out of the forest, as you can see, and we found some fire clay. Let's mark that. That's going to be good in the future. And you'll find the early part of the game, you do spend an awful lot of time just adding waypoints to your map. We're going to have to make some new tools soon. We were going to make a shovel to get that bony soil before, but we were rudely interrupted by that pig. I could put my torch in my offhand, but that causes your hunger to go down quicker. That being said, let's just eat these turnips to get our hunger back up a little bit. And then crack on looking for somewhere to settle, even if it's just temporarily. Oh, right next to that rift. That was noisy, scary. Right, so we don't want to go too close to that ruin just yet. Lots of sheep around here, lots of animals, which means the hunt should be relatively easy when we come to it. Big cliff face here. Almost like a water volcano, with some nice depth to it there as well. What have we got around us here? Could be an okay place to set up on the opposite coast. So let's head that way. Even if it is just for the night. Oh, we do have a little cave here, which is a nice way down with some more rusty gears. Our currency is starting to increase. How deep's that hole? Far too deep. I'm not going to jump down there. Not really a place for us to set up there either. There's some more flint there. Quite an inch. Oh, I thought that was something that was going to kill me then. Well, it's just a duck quacking. I think that's the noise a rabbit makes, I think. Food. Don't mind if I do. So we had a good start inventory-wise. And let's see what we've got over here. We're going to want to get into the Copper Age pretty quickly. We haven't found any copper deposits yet. But we were thinking that this part of the shore might be a good place to set up. We don't really want to build on gravel, even temporarily. That seems like a bad idea to me. That mountain over there looks interesting. It also looks quite far away. Lots of trees in front of it. Is that a little bit of forest in front of it? We also haven't found any blue clay. I'd rather not use the fire clay for general clay things. We might have to wait until daylight. Now that sounded terrifying. Okay, so there is some monsters in there, it sounds like. So even though we've set it that monsters won't spawn for 10 days, that doesn't mean the deep ones aren't going to spawn already. So we definitely don't want to be too close to those. This little alcove here, though, right on the edge of the snowy they're snow-capped mountains. This could be a good place to set up to start. So what I will do... Let's have a think. I kind of need it to be light. I didn't want to sleep on my first night. But we might have to. So let's see if we've got enough to make what I need here for a bed. No, I don't. So I'm going to need to harvest some more. But let's take the 2 of those. So we need... 1, 2... We need 3 more pieces of dry grass. That should be nice and easy. Right, let's just put our torch down so we can see what we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. So now we've got 3 bales of hay. We can make ourselves a little hay bed. And let's... Don't really like doing this out in the open. And we're also losing our temporal stability here. We're quite close to a rift, I think. But let's just have a sleep. Get it into the next day. See when that cog is spinning anti-clockwise. That means you're in a bad place for temporal stability. Come on, get light for us. Fantastic. Nice and bright right now. Let's pick our bed up. Now we can start thinking about making some more tools, so... Oh, wolf's howling as well. Not a good sound for us. We're almost certainly going to build our first little house just out of dirt to get ourselves somewhere that we can call safe. So we're going to need a spade. While we're here, we might as well make an axe, because we're going to need one of those too. We might as well make ourselves a spear as well. But I'm hearing things that I don't like the sound of. Right, let's just make our spear real quick. So yeah, when you're napping, by the way, you don't have to click off every stone. Just the outline, and you see the rest will fall off. That's one tip I've picked up from the videos I've been watching. And there we go. We should now have everything we need, tool-wise, to get ourselves started. And like I say, inventory-wise, we're already doing really, really well. So it's a fox there. I don't need to worry too much about Mr. Fox. Right, so... the shovel is probably the next thing we're going to need. Let's go and see what we've got. Wood-wise, we've got larch trees. Having this little waterfall come down into our base might be quite useful. Also, maybe not. It is just a temporary starter base that we're after. Let's collect a few bits of dirt. We're gonna... Another dead hare. Something's been killing things over here. Another dead hare. Looks crushed. Oh, it must have fallen. And what's this? Rye. We've got some mature. You know what? This might be a good place to set up. Let's just get this dirt so we can start building. Low fertility. Don't need to worry too much about wasting farmable land here. We'll just take what we need off the side of this cliff. Nobody's going to miss that. That bush we can replant. And we are nearly ready to start building our temporary shelter. I'm not sure that's going to be enough because we're not going to want to just use that dirt. We are going to want to use packed dirt because dirt and gravel can lead to cave-ins or collapsings, and we don't want that. So we are going to want just a nice, simple... so building-wise, it's quite similar to other block games that you may have played in the past. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In fact, let's move this out another one. So I've got that little shelf. That little shelf might be useful. Right, so we've got 1 there already. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll call that our door as well. And not too fussy about anything really other than getting a place that is relatively safe for us. We are going to have to harvest this to get it out of the way. We'll take the red meat. And we are out of knife as well. Right, let's finish popping this dirt down, shall we? Just to outline our survival area. We are going to need a bunch more dirt. We have nowhere near enough. I completely underestimated what we would need. Come on. You have to do it right at the peak of your jump or it won't place. Right, so what we'll do is we'll just look for... Oh, we're going to need to eat. We are in desperate need of eating. Oh, is this what I think it is? Amazing! How lucky is that? The next thing that we'll need is right here. Let's mark this as well. Blue clay. So that'll be the next episode, I imagine. We'll start getting into the blue clay. But let's start just digging out some space around it now for our current needs. Getting our current shelter set up. I guess this sort of opens up our clay mine for us a little bit. We've got a good amount of it here as well, which is fantastic. Because you do end up needing a lot of clay. There we go. Shovel is done. So hopefully that's going to give us enough dirt. Let's see. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see if we can at least finish off our wall here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. Not quite. We are going to need some more. I'm not going to bother making another shovel just yet. Oh no, I'm going to have to, aren't I? Because it's going to take too long otherwise. Right, let's nap ourselves another shovel. And we'll do another knife while we're at it as well. Right, shovel and knife made. Let's grab ourselves some more. And then we can hopefully complete our house in relatively short order. So we've got ourselves some more packed dirt. Let's see if it's enough to finish off our roof. Boom, roof finished. Right, so let's make sure we got some light in here. Perfect. So let's now... Yeah, I don't like all this grass being here. Pardon me. So we are going to fix that as well with some more packed dirt. I like the inside of my house to be clear floored. Let's just clear this out. So there we are, ladies and gents. We've got the floor sorted. No more grass in here. Torch lighting things up. We've got our bed in the corner. We're going to need to do a few more things to make this a bit more homely. We're going to need to put a door on it. We're going to need to start a fire. But first things first, let's use these cattails that we've got left to try and come up with some storage. There we go. We managed to have enough to make ourselves 2 little chests. Fantastic. Now, if there's a faster way to put these things back in your inventory, please do let me know in the comments down below. But now we've got somewhere to at least store some of our stuff. So let's see what we want to put in here. So let's put our ores that we've got so far in there, which we have an obscene amount for so early on. Along with that, let's put the windows, which we're not going to use just yet, and our currency, our book, our tuning thing. I guess that'll do for in there right now. And then in this one here, let's put all our other miscellaneous bits. So our seeds, our feathers. I guess that'll do. One thing we will do as well to make this even more homely is immediately, a bit too close, that plant that bush outside our front door. But we need to make a door, we need to make a fire, and for that, we need some wood. So we've got a pine tree right there that could be a good option. But we're also just going to hack down some of these branchy leaves, get ourselves some more sticks, because you can never have too many sticks. I don't want to waste a lot of my axe right now, but sticks are sticks. They're all maple leaves. If there's no more branchy ones, they should fall. Yeah, there we go. All the maple's gone. Right, and then here is our pine tree. Let's just do a quick double check around it to make sure there's no resin, because you can't grow resin. This is a big pine tree, so we might not actually get it all. But we can try. This amount of wood to start off with would be useful. We can replant a maple there as well. Looks like we did get a maple seed. We should hopefully get a pine seed or 2 here too. Having trees near our starter base, our temporary home, before we actually start planning on what we want to build. That's a lot of stuff there. Did we get any pine seeds? We did not get any pine seeds, and we got barely any sticks either. Right, so in its place then, we will plant a maple seed. Get a maple tree there. Fantastic. Now we've got our wood. Let's make ourselves a door. Complete securing our home. Right, so let me see if I can remember the recipe for a door. I think it is as simple as 2 of those, 3 of those, and my axe. Yes, fantastic. We are now enclosed. Next thing we need, though, in order to keep ourselves warm at night and start cooking ourselves some food, is a fire. So I'm not going to need all of this grass to start a fire, but it's always nice to have a little bit of a stockpile just in case. We are going to need it very soon. There we are, a little bit of grass gathered. Let's see where we're going to start. We'll set our fire up right in this corner. Simple as popping some grass on the floor. Now I need to refuel it. Which means I need to turn this wood into firewood. Chop it into firewood. There we go. We've got one stack. A stack and a bit. So let's fuel that up. And then we will leave our firewood. We'll stack our firewood against the back here as well. I love the fact that you can do this in this game. You can just start placing your items that make sense to stack like this in nice little piles. And we've got a nice little stack of firewood there. And now let's light this. We could have used the fire starter that we made to light this torch, but because we've got a torch, we could just light it with the torch. And look at that, we're actually hungry. So it is a good time for us to cook that one piece of meat that we've got. And then I'm going to need to go and find some more fruit or veg or what have you to fill myself up. But ladies and gentlemen, we have our starter home. Let's make sure we mark this on the map. It's our temporary home. What colour shall we be? We shall be bright lime green home. I'll call this start home. I don't know how long we plan on being here. Probably until we've got ourselves a saw. But we have our starter home there, right next to our blue clay. And we're still yet to find an area where we actually want to build, but there's some promising looking little areas not so far away. We've got this little gap to the sea here. This could be a good place to build, almost like a little dock town. A little fishing village, if you will. Same applies down here, I guess, in this little cove. Either of those little coves where we've got the fire clay. We've also got something that looks kind of promising on the other side of these snowy mountains. But being near the mountains could be useful, especially as we try to start finding copper. Let's see, do we have our first meal in this house? We do have our first meal in this house. That fills us up just a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our first episode of New Eden. We have ourselves a safe place to stay. We have ourselves a set of tools. We found some of our raw materials that we're going to need to move on. And now it's just a case of snowballing from here. So join us in the next episode as we start entering the pottery age, out of the stone age. See you soon. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you in the next one.